Mumbai, it was an attack on the international community. Like you just mentioned, there were multiple people of different races and countries who were present at those locations who were killed. And this seemed to have been a very strategic move by those key conspirators, the Lashkar-e-Taiba, as they were trained to target those areas which had people of different ethnicities. So this seems to be the real basis of which terrorism has played out in Pakistan, but no crackdown. The Pakistan government acts as if there is nothing festering on their ground.
Stay with me for a moment, Nabila. You're absolutely right, and it's a disgrace that Pakistan has taken no action against the perpetrators of 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks. I want to bring in Kamar Cheema. He's a respected Pakistani security analyst who joins us on the show. Kamar Cheema, Sajid Mir is a Pakistani. Here in that audio, he's heard directing the Pakistani terrorists killing Jewish people in Mumbai. Sir, why is your country not taking action against the perpetrators of 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks with so much evidence in public domain?
Well, I think when it comes to India, when it comes to Dr. Jaishankar's this ambition to label Pakistan as a terrorist country, I think he has failed bitterly because the FATF doesn't have any doubt, the United Nations Security Council doesn't have any doubt. India will keep showing such kind of things because the world doesn't trust. So what is the point that this is the highest level, the forum, when Dr. Jaishankar realized that the world is not listening to India's perspective that Pakistan, because India is highlighting Pakistan as a global terrorist country, but it has failed bitterly. So when they realized that the world is not listening, so they brought everyone.
Sir, is Hafiz Saeed a terrorist for you, or is Hafiz Saeed Maulana, a religious preacher for you? For you, for Kamar Cheema, what is Hafiz Saeed? Will you want Hafiz Saeed to train your children in Islamic studies?
No problem in that.
Will you want that Maulana of terror, Masood Azhar, to teach your children Quran?
I think India has bitterly failed in portraying what
No, forget about India, sir. Forget about India, sir. Forget about India. Tell me about Pakistan. Sir, tell me about Pakistan. Sir, tell me about Pakistan.
They have failed. So they have started this new bid. I think when the FATF removed Pakistan from the grey list, India is really worried what to do. They don't have any platform left, so invite friends and show them audio, video. This is not going to happen. India is...
So you are saying that Pakistan will take no action against Sajid Mir. You are saying Pakistan will take no action against Hafiz Saeed. You are saying Pakistan will take no action against Masood Azhar.
We will not take. We have your terrorist Kulbhushan Yadav here. We have your terrorist Kulbhushan Yadav here.
You know about that. I saw your DGISI crying yesterday on TV. I'm sure you also saw your DGISI crying on TV yesterday. Sir, so don't worry about India. India will take care of itself. I enjoyed watching your DGISI cry on live TV and your DGISPR cry on live TV, sir. We saw that, sir. We saw how Imran Khan is a Frankenstein's monster who's actually out to kill, who's out to destroy your country.
This is an internal matter. Sir, don't bring that into it. When it comes to internal politics, we will resolve our things.
How?
But India,
sir, your long march to hell has started, sir. Imran Khan's long march to hell has already started.
When the FATF,
sir, I failed. Why was DGISI crying on TV, sir? Sir, why was DGISI crying on TV, sir?
Why the world is not taking you serious? Why the world isn't taking you serious at the FATF?
Sir, that is why your DGISI was crying on TV. Kamar Cheema, for joining me here. Many thanks. We shall continue to watch Pakistan's long march to hell that started from Lahore to hell today, and we'll continue to track that story. And Nabila, I want to bring you in because that's the tragedy of Pakistan. The unfortunate aspect about Pakistan is they will not take action against Sajid Mir. They will not take action against that Maulana of terror, Masood Azhar, or that professor of terror, Hafiz Saeed. Why? Because they link them to the safety of their country, and that is why a country that's going into chaos will continue to support them. Kamar Cheema is absolutely right. Kamar Cheema is absolutely right. FATF put Pakistan out of the grey list despite Pakistan taking no action or sham action against terrorists, and this is why India got the UN Security Council meet to Mumbai to see that their soft peddling terror leads to a crisis that the world faces.
Undoubtedly. You know, action comes once the problem is acknowledged, and it clearly looks like Pakistan has been overlooking this terror festering on their ground. Somehow they refuse to accept it. And that seems to be a real problem. That seems to be a threat to not just India, but the international community, as per the words of External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar. Gaurav, thank you very much for joining us on that. On that note, I'm going to slip into a short break. We'll be right back for more on that. Stay with us.
Art, science, and risk of making money from the markets. It's not about hot tips, but it's about making the right choice. Don't try and time the markets, but invest time in making the right call.
Only with Business Today Television.
All political parties traveling from different parts.
Armed with facts,
Looking at political back.
she takes the news by its horns.
Do you think the future of these students are not hampered?
Fierce, bold, and direct, setting the tone for the biggest stories from every corner and every angle. Expect nothing but the unfiltered truth.
News first, niceties later. Watch me, Nabila Jamal, on India Today.
Everyone's busy finding what's trending. You're busy finding out why. India Today, for those who research before reacting. Download the India Today app now. Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com. Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices.
All right, now, sexist comments that were made by DMK Neta Sadiq has now led to quite a major embarrassment for the DMK party. Sadiq has quoted controversy when he said that all 4 actors turned BJP leaders are items. He's also added that his brother Ilya Aruna had bought Khushbu around 6 times with him for meetings. The comments led to huge backlash against the leader. On Twitter, Khushbu Sundar questioned if insulting women was part of the new Dravidians model. DMK MP Kanimoi has apologized for the comments made by Sadiq, claiming that the remarks are against the ethos of the DMK.
தலைவரா பாத்தீங்கன்னா 4மே ஆயிட்டாங்க. எங்க அண்ணன் எத்தனை முறை இளையரான குஷ்பு போடுகிறார் தெரியுமா? கூட்டத்தை இருங்க, அவங்க திமுக இருந்தாங்க 5-6 முறை இதே எங்க அண்ணன் இளையரானா ராயபுரத்துல குஷ்பு கூட்டம் வந்து கூட்டம் போட்டார். பிஜேபி இருக்கிற தலைவரா பாத்தீங்கன்னா 4மே ஆயிட்டாங்க. எங்க அண்ணன் எத்தனை முறை இளையரான குஷ்பு போடுகிறார் தெரியுமா? கூட்டத்தை இருங்க, அவங்க திமுக இருந்தாங்க 5-6 முறை இதே எங்க அண்ணன் இளையரானா ராயபுரத்துல குஷ்பு கூட்டம் வந்து கூட்டம் போட்டார்.
It just shows the kind of upbringing they have had. You know, a person normally grown up in a normal environment will not make such degrading comments, and they were absolutely to the lowest ebb. A man who can stoop to this level is what this kind of comment shows, that a man to be noticed can stoop to any level. And this is very, very below the belt. And like I said, it's not degrading me alone or my colleagues in the party or the same film fraternity. I would say it's insulting every woman. It's an insult to every woman, every mother. I would really appreciate it if the Chief Minister could expel such people from the party. Because like I said, I have been in DMK, and the first lesson that I learned from Dr. Kalingar when I entered DMK was to respect women.
Absolutely.
And that's why I wanted to know if this was a new model under the leadership of Mr. M.K. Stalin.
All right, some big news coming in. More netas now line up to seek the blessings of convicted rapist Gurmeet Ram Rahim. Gurmeet Ram Rahim's blessings have been sought by Himachal Pradesh Cabinet Minister Vikram Thakur. This comes after BJP netas in the past too from Karnal were seen seeking his blessings. Remember, Ram Rahim is out on parole for the 3rd time this year. The brazenness with which this criminal has acted, he has managed to come out, create videos of himself and reinstate himself as the chief of his dera. And at this point, when we're seeing him glorifying himself while he's on parole, you have netas not falling short of validating him. Many netas who are lining up now to seek his blessings. Let me cut across to Vikram Thakur, the Cabinet Minister of Himachal Pradesh, who spoke.
जहां का विधायक और यहां का मंत्री हूं, आपसे आशीर्वाद लेने के लिए आया हूं, जहां आपके विचारों को सुनकर और जिस प्रकार का मुहिम आपने पूरे देश में चलाया है और जिससे खास करके पंजाब और आसपास के राज्य ग्रस्त हैं, उसमें जो पुण्य का काम आप कर रहे हैं गुरुजी, उससे बड़ी बात कोई नहीं है। और मैं ये चाहता हूं हिमाचल प्रदेश की जनता जनार्दन जो आपसे इतना प्रेम करती है, आपके इनको दर्शन भी हो और आपका प्रवचन भी समय समय पे मिलता रहे और हम सब लोगों को आपका आशीर्वाद मिलता रहे। धन्यवाद।
जी बेटा, आप तो जिम्मेवार हैं और आपको बहुत बहुत आशीर्वाद। और जितना भी हिमाचल में प्रदेश की शासन जो चल के आई है, जो भी किसी भी तरह की कोई कमी वहाँ नजर आती है तो आप लोग मिलके हिम्मत से उसे दूर करें ताकि समाज में और खुशियां फैलें। अच्छे कामों के लिए आपको बहुत बहुत आशीर्वाद। आशीर्वाद बेटा, स्वागत। और बेटियां अगर आप कोई बात करना चाहते।
My God, this is indeed shocking. The man is a criminal. He's been convicted of rape. There are allegations of murder that have been leveled against him. He comes out and goes back to his ashram while he's on parole. And then you have some of the netas, including Himachal Pradesh's cabinet minister, Vikram Thakur, validating his presence and says that he's there only to seek his blessings. And this is not the first time. In fact, BJP netas in the past from Karnal too have sought Ram Rahim's blessings. Ram Rahim is out on parole for the 3rd time this year. Let's take a listen yet again as the Himachal Minister Vikram Thakur spoke, arriving at his ashram and seeking Ram Rahim, the rapist's blessings.
जहां का विधायक और यहां का मंत्री हूं, आपसे आशीर्वाद लेने के लिए आया हूं, जहां आपके विचारों को सुनकर और जिस प्रकार का मुहिम आपने पूरे देश में चलाया है और जिससे खास करके पंजाब और आसपास के राज्य ग्रस्त हैं, उसमें जो पुण्य का काम आप कर रहे हैं गुरुजी, उससे बड़ी बात कोई नहीं है। और मैं ये चाहता हूं हिमाचल प्रदेश की जनता जनार्दन जो आपसे इतना प्रेम करती है, आपके इनको दर्शन भी हो और आपका प्रवचन भी समय समय पे मिलता रहे और हम सब लोगों को आपका आशीर्वाद मिलता रहे। धन्यवाद।
जी बेटा।
Right, let me quickly cut across to India Today's Kamaljeet. Kamal, we're really shocked and disgusted. One, this man, Gurmeet Ram Rahim, clearly has no shame. He comes out on parole and then reinstates or reiterates his status as the chief of his dera, and then holds this huge satsang where massive crowds have gathered. And then you have netas validating him. You have a BJP minister from Himachal, Vikram Thakur, who comes by and then speaks in front of a huge audience saying that he is eager to get the blessings of this rapist Ram Rahim.
A brazen neta and even more brazen convicted rapist Baba. The interactions that we've seen in the past as well, that he's going about his business, going about blessing several of the netas who've been speaking, several of them belonging to the Shasan party, the BJP. There have been questions which have been raised, whether it is regarding the Anandpur bypoll or for that matter Himachal elections. But Baba is not shying away from wading into the controversy, giving his blessing. As a matter of fact, since he was moved away from that particular jail, he's actually supposed to be not participating in political activity. But the timing of the parole, and each and every time this has happened, earlier it was during the Punjab assembly polls, and this time around both Anandpur bypolls as well as the crucial Himachal elections are close by, and we've seen netas really queuing up. So questions have been sought. Haryana Chief Minister said this is as per the guidelines as far as the jail authorities are concerned. They're going by the rule book. But many have questioned this. And with these particular videos not just coming out but becoming extremely viral, goes to show, one is the aspect about women's safety, the other is about the sort of brazenness with which the netas are seeking the blessing itself. That means there seems to be a lot of clout that the Baba holds, not just in that one particular area of Haryana, Punjab, but also in neighbouring Himachal Pradesh, which is poll-bound. And clearly, just before polls, netas going and queuing up in a certain way, it does send shockwaves across that a person who has been convicted of rape and murder should be put on a pedestal of this particular kind, where thousands and lakhs queue up, and including the netas who are seeking power. So it is obviously a lot of give and take here, and many saying he has patronage of a lot of political parties. But clearly, this as such goes to show the sort of disgust which has been there. And there have been a lot of people who've been expressing shock. The fact remains that this hasn't really deterred netas from queuing up and seeking the blessing, because they want to move all stones to ensure that they have victory awaiting them in the elections.
Yeah, I'd like to ask you, Kamal, would you have an idea what's really enamoring about this Gurmeet Ram Rahim, the rapist, the accused murderer? How has he managed to captivate his audience? Such huge, large crowds, including netas who one must believe are more mature and maybe educated and know the reality.
The clout, and there are lakhs of followers.
All right, stay with us. I'm going to quickly cut across to Vikram Thakur, who's the Himachali minister who's sought respects and blessings from Gurmeet Ram Rahim. Vikram ji, आपने राम रहीम से blessings मांगी है?
मैं बड़ा आपकी सभी लोगों को सुन के बड़ा हैरान हूँ। मेरे विधानसभा क्षेत्र में चुनाव चल रहा है और एक जगह पे काफी क्राउड है और उस क्राउड में लोग खड़े हैं, वहाँ से मैं गुजर रहा हूँ, उनको नमस्कार कर रहा हूँ। तो इसमें कहाँ से आ गया ये विषय?
मगर यहाँ पर तो ऑडियो चल रहा है कि आप आशीर्वाद मांग रहे हो बाबा राम रहीम से। आप आशीर्वाद ही मांग रहे हो, माइक में आप बोल ही रहे हो राम रहीम को आशीर्वाद देने के लिए। आपको
आपने सुना है क्या बोल रहे हैं?
हाँ, सुना है, 2-3 बार हमने टेलीविजन पे प्ले भी किया है, हमने चलाया है।
हाँ, तो फिर यहाँ पे लोग हैं मेरी कंस्टिट्यूएंसी के, मेरे वेल विशर हैं, अगर उनकी आस्था है उनमें तो मैं उनको नमस्कार नहीं कर सकता क्या?
कैसे नमस्कार करते? आप आशीर्वाद तो मांग रहे हो आप? आपको पता है ये रेपिस्ट है?
ये थोड़ा बोल रहा हूँ कि मेरे को वोटे दो, मेरे को आशीर्वाद दो, मेरे को ये करो। मैं अपने
आपने आशीर्वाद ही मांगा है, आशीर्वाद तो बोला है आपने।
जितने अपने लोग हैं उन लोगों के साथ बात कर रहा हूँ, मेरे वोटर्स हैं, मेरे वेल विशर हैं, वहाँ तो बात करूंगा, क्यों नहीं करूंगा मैं?
जी ठाकुर जी, यहाँ पर आपको पता है कि वो कन्विक्टेड रेपिस्ट है?
क्वेश्चन मार्क लगा रहे हो आप लोग।
आप पता है आपको कि ये कन्विक्टेड रेपिस्ट है? आपको पता है?
मैं जानता हूँ सारी बातें, आपने क्या समझा रहे हो मेरे को, मैं जानता हूँ, लेकिन
तो फिर जानते हुए आप आशीर्वाद मांग रहे हो? आप जानते हुए आप आशीर्वाद मांग रहे हो?
लोगों की समझाई बात,
तो जानते हुए आप आशीर्वाद मांगते हो?
उनकी जहाँ पे आस्था है वो उनके साथ खड़ा हूँ मैं, ठीक है?
आस्था कैसी है? इनका रेप का एक्यूजेशन है, ये कन्विक्टेड है रेप का।
मेरे विधानसभा क्षेत्र के लोग जिनमें आस्था है उनके साथ मेरे को खड़े होना है भाई। बीजेपी के लोग हैं, बीजेपी के लोगों के साथ खड़ा हूँ मैं।
तो जो रेपिस्ट और मर्डर हो फिर भी ठीक है, चुनाव के लिए कुछ भी कर सकते हो आप?
मैं अपनी कंस्टिट्यूएंसी की बात कर रहा हूँ, समझाइए?
आप चुनाव के नाम पे आप कुछ भी कर सकते हो, रेपिस्ट से आशीर्वाद भी मांग सकते हो। All right, clearly defiant Vikram Thakur, a Himachali neta there, minister in fact in Himachal Pradesh, who says that he only went there to address his supporters. Well, clearly in the video, the neta has been asking for blessings from Gurmeet Ram Rahim, and the rapist has also responded to that request that the neta made. Unfortunately, he says that it's all to do with politics. All right, on that note, we're going to slip into a short break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Is it so hot and humid in your city that you're finding it difficult to fall asleep? Well, you are not alone. Hundreds and lakhs of people in India are facing this problem, and now it has been documented. It's now clear that heat waves are messing up our sleep patterns. This has to do largely with your body temperature in the night. Our bodies are tuned in to dropping body heat in the night to help us sleep. The hormone melatonin serves essentially as a natural alarm clock. When it's nighttime, it widens the blood vessels in our hands and feet to get rid of heat from our bodies. So what really happens when the air around us is too hot? When temperature goes up, deep sleep gets affected. Deep sleep for at least a few hours is the bare minimum we all need to ensure our body truly gets the rest it requires.
Sleep deprivation can lead to various mental health disorders. The most commonly seen are depression and anxiety. Chronic insomnia, that is chronic sleep disturbances, can lead to something called as early onset dementia, which is again a memory disorder. So it is important in order to maintain our mental health as well as physical health that we give ourselves adequate sleep.
Now, there is not just the problem of rising temperatures, there is also the problem of the pandemic. COVID-19 has interfered with our sleep patterns, and this too has now been documented. The pandemic ruined sleep cycles. The stress and anxiety of COVID added to the work from home patterns completely hit our lifestyle choices. A recent survey by a social media platform found that 54% Indians surveyed confirmed that their sleep patterns have changed post the pandemic. Many of these Indians speak about the fact that they're suffering from sleep apnea, finding it difficult to go off to sleep or sleep properly at a stretch altogether. This has now even got a term called coronasomnia, caused by personal stress, by grief of losing a loved one, and even anxiety over any COVID-related news.
पाँच साल के बाद पेट्रोल देश से समाप्त हो जाएगा। आपकी स्कूटर, आपकी कार एक तो हाइड्रोजन पे होगी, ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन पर, या इथेनॉल पर, फ्लेक्स इंजन पर होगी, या सीएनजी और एलएनजी पर होगी।
India's clean energy transition is rapidly underway, but can it replace petrol? The term green describes any type of fuel derived from biomass. This includes all kinds of organic matter from plant and animal. This is eco-friendly and sustainable alternative as the feedstocks used to make green fuel are sustainable and naturally replenished. Unlike oil, which is naturally occurring but requires an extremely long geological process to form, biofuel can be produced in a matter of days. A huge variety of feedstocks can be used to create biofuel ranging from vegetable oil and crop residue to algae and byproducts from beer breweries. They can be utilized in engines without engine modification. Between April to September 2021, CNG car sales saw a surge of 96%. Another alternative is CBG or compressed biogas, that is biogas produced naturally from waste like agriculture residue, cattle dung, sugarcane press mud, municipal solid waste, sewage treatment plant waste. So far, 9 CBG plants have been commissioned and started to supply across India. Autogas or LPG is a clean, high-octane, abundant and eco-friendly fuel. The use of LPG as an automotive fuel has become legal in India with effect from 24th April 2000. In the year 2003, a new eco-friendly fuel popularly called gasohol was launched. This fuel combines petrol with 5% ethanol obtained from the sugarcane molasses available throughout the country. India has achieved the target of supplying 10% ethanol blended petrol extracted from sugarcane and other agriculture commodities, and aims to double it by 2025-26 to cut oil import dependence and address environmental issues.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices.
Very good afternoon. You're watching India Today. I'm Nabila Jamal. The headlines first. India exposes terroristan. Foreign Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar says that 2611 plotters are protected in Pakistan. India plays out the audio of Lashkar terrorists Sajid Mir at the big anti-terror global meet in Mumbai.
In this voice clip which you are going to hear, he can be heard directing the assailants at Sabad House.
तो जो जहाँ पे आपको मूवमेंट नजर आती है, बंदा जिस छत पे चल रहा है, कोई आ रहा है, जा रहा है, उसको फाइट ठोको. उसे नहीं पता यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है. इंशाल्लाह.
Women's and Child Rights Body takes cognizance of girls' auction in Rajasthan. Gehlot government in the dock after reports of girls being auctioned off for loan payments services. Kejriwal writes to Prime Minister Modi demanding Goddess Lakshmi and Ganesh to be put on currency notes alongside Mahatma Gandhi. Storm over DMK leader's derogatory remarks. Sexist Neta calls BJP actor turned Netas as items. Remains brazen, says his remarks are being misrepresented. Now, after madrasas, survey of Arabic schools to be carried out by the BJP government in Karnataka. After complaints of poor standard of education, the government says they're going to check the syllabus and the functioning of these Arabic schools, 200 of them in the state. Elon Musk officially takes over social media giant Twitter, terminates top executives including CEO Parag Agrawal and legal head Vijay Gade. Now, India has exposed terroristan at the global level once again during the counter-terror meeting of UNSC, which is being held in Mumbai. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar has minced no words, slamming Pakistan. In a direct attack, Jaishankar has said that the task of bringing perpetrators of 2611 Mumbai attacks remains unfinished. As the main perpetrators of the ghastly terrorist attack continue to remain protected, Jaishankar has also said that UNSC has failed to act due to political considerations. Pakistan and China was further exposed as India played out that audio tape of Lashkar terrorist Sajid Mir at the global meet. Sajid Mir is the handler of the 2611 terrorists. He, in fact, ordered the attack on Chabad House at Mumbai's Nariman Point. Remember, China too recently blocked the proposal to designate Sajid Mir as a global terrorist.
The key conspirators and planners of the 2611 attacks continue to remain
protected and unpunished. When it comes to proscribing some of these terrorists, the Security Council has regrettably been unable to act in some cases because of political considerations. This undermines our collective credibility and our collective interests. The coming together of the UNSC's Counter-Terrorism Committee to this venue is both special and significant. I thank all members of the Security Council and other member states who have joined us today in an expression of solidarity. Together, we should send out the message that the international community will never give up on holding terrorists accountable and delivering justice. 26/11 will never, ever be forgotten.
In fact, India exposed Terroristan at this global meet. An audio clip of the 26/11 mastermind, Sajid Mir, was played out in the Global Anti-Terrorism Conference, only to elaborate how this man, Sajid Mir, is still free, but he was the one who conspired this entire attack.
Now I would like to apprise you with the intrigue surrounding Sajid Mir, one of the key perpetrators of Mumbai terror attacks. In this voice clip, which you are going to hear, he can be heard directing the assailants at Sabad House.
तो जो जहाँ पे आपको मूवमेंट नजर आती है, बंदा जिस छत पे चल रहा है, कोई आ रहा है जा रहा है, उसको फाइट ठोको. उसे नहीं पता यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है. इंशाल्लाह.
All right, there you have it. Sajid Mir's audio that was played out to substantiate the claims that this man has been the key conspirator for the 26/11 attacks. In fact, he's still been protected. He was to be put on the global terrorist list, which countries like China has blocked, and this man still remains free, as S. Jaishankar, India's External Affairs Minister, says that justice is still unfinished. Let me cut across to that clipping that was played out at the UNSC anti-terror meet in Mumbai yet again.
Now I would like to apprise you with the intrigue surrounding Sajid Mir, one of the key perpetrators of Mumbai terror attacks. In this voice clip, which you are going to hear, he can be heard directing the assailants at Sabad House.
तो जो जहाँ पे आपको मूवमेंट नजर आती है, बंदा जिस छत पे चल रहा है, कोई आ रहा है जा रहा है, उसको फाइट ठोको. उसे नहीं पता यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है. इंशाल्लाह.
Now I would like to apprise you with the intrigue surrounding Sajid Mir, one of the key perpetrators of Mumbai terror attacks. In this voice clip, which you are going to hear, he can be heard directing the assailants at Sabad House.
तो जो जहाँ पे आपको मूवमेंट नजर आती है, बंदा जिस छत पे चल रहा है, कोई आ रहा है जा रहा है, उसको फाइट ठोको. उसे नहीं पता यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है. इंशाल्लाह.
All right, now we see the UNSC meet that's taken place. It's a two-day meet. S. Jaishankar, who was leading that conference, the anti-terror meet, spoke about how the international community collectively must come together and hold these terrorists responsible for their crimes. It appears that the UNSC, that's what S. Jaishankar has also said, that UNSC seems to be quite weak when it comes to cracking down on terror because it has some political compulsions. Now, he's elaborated specifically when it comes to Pakistan. There's terror breeding on their ground, but somehow the countries abroad, including China for that matter, have been hesitating to come down heavy on this nation. Let me cut across to Gaurav Sawant, who's joining us as well. Gaurav, there were multiple layers of information that S. Jaishankar gave, and this is, like you rightly said, it's been 14 long years, and it's somehow, not been taken into account the way it has maybe today.
So the fact remains, India's telling the world that here is Pakistan, a state sponsor of terror, that not only continues to spread terror in India, but is damaging other parts of the world, and no action is being taken against perpetrators of terror. If we were to specifically speak of Sajid Mir is a Pakistani national. He has a $5 million award on his head by the US Justice Department. He was one of the key planners and directors of the 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks. There is a mountain of evidence about his involvement, including that audio tape that the government of India played out for United Nations Security Council members in Mumbai. what is he doing? He's actually directing the Pakistani terrorists how they should stall the advance of the National Security Guard commandos who are rappelling down from that Mi-17 helicopter on top of the Jewish Shabbat house. Now, 140 Indians and 26 foreigners from 23 countries were killed in this terror attack, and that shows that this was a Pakistan state-sponsored terror attack on the international community, and yet no action against Pakistan internationally, and China blocking sanctions against Sajid Mir at the United Nations Security Council, not once, not twice, but thrice.
You know, Gaurav, from what we see, there was a lot of talk also about the kind of innovative technologies that these terrorists are using to carry out terror activities very subtly. And that was elaborately discussed. Do tell us a little on this discussion on terrorism's nexus there with these technologies that they're using, apps that they're using, getting onto the dark net and literally training people in various countries to unleash terror.
So from the darknet to radicalization to the use of unmanned aerial systems or the UAS, terrorists are increasingly using high technology to stay a step ahead of international investigation and security agencies, especially at a time when the world, despite being a victim of terror, hasn't been able to come together to form a coherent policy to battle especially radical Islamist terror that comes from countries like Pakistan. You know, India suffered radical Islamic terror from Pakistan in the form of 1993 Mumbai blast in which 257 people were killed, 2006 train tragedy, serial blast in Mumbai train, 200 people were killed, 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks in which 166 people were killed, and a number of other terror attacks including Pathankot, Uri, Pulwama, all traced back to Pakistan Army, Pakistan ISI and Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorist organizations that operate as an arm of the Pakistan Army. And yet the Financial Action Task Force put politics above action on terror when Pakistan was taken out of grey list for sham action against terrorists. So for example, Sajid Mir, Pakistan has convicted Sajid Mir for terror financing. He remains in a Pakistani jail, but not for 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks. China continues to block sanctions against Sajid Mir to support Pakistan. So politics over international security is the point that India is repeatedly raising.
All right, and we saw the wreath-laying ceremony as well. 26/11 attacks were addressed, and of course, justice is still pending as per S. Jaishankar. Let's hope the international community is listening. Thank you very much, Gaurav. Now, days after a blast in Coimbatore, war of words has now erupted between the ruling DMK and the BJP, while the state BJP chief, K. Annamalai, has been terming it as a suicide attack. The state minister, Senthil Balaji, has lashed out at him, accusing the Neta of politicizing this car bomb explosion. In fact, Tamil Nadu governor now questions the Coimbatore's probe in the first place. The governor questioning on how far this probe has been carried out. In fact, the Tamil Nadu governor questions the Coimbatore incident, the blast, the car blast, asking why did it take 4 days for the NIA to probe? Attempt to unleash major terror attack, high-profile terror attack is what the Netas as well call this. The governor says must not take terror activities lightly. And why was it delayed? Action on this, why was it delayed for the NIA to take this up? Let me quickly cut across to Akshaya now, joining us for more on that. Akshaya, has the NIA begun probe into this Coimbatore car blast? While you have a section of politicians there calling this a suicide attack, somehow it appears that the DMK government is still hesitating to term this a terror strike.
Nabila, the most latest to enter into this controversy, talking about this incident, is the state governor R.N. Ravi. R.N. Ravi today, while addressing an event, has gone on to call the Coimbatore blast as a terrorist attack. and he said that this is the way in which certain organizations are trying to retaliate on Bharat, India, and he's also gone on to say that Bharat, India is no longer the same which was few years back, and the current central government has been giving good replies to all those people who have been trying to infiltrate or create terror activities in the country. And he's also further asked as to why there was a delay in transferring the case to NIA. He's asked why was 4 days taken to transfer the case to NIA. And to answer your question, Nabila, yes, the NIA has started their investigation. Yesterday, from the ground report that my colleague Pramod had been sending from Coimbatore, it was made clear that NIA had taken over the case and they'd also started the preliminary investigation from their end as well. And as far as the controversy is concerned, we're seeing that the state government and the DMK netas have been trying to portray a picture where they're saying that the state missionaries, especially the police department, has been acting according to how they should have, and they've also been appreciating the way in which the state police department had gone ahead with the investigation. And it was even seen that Senthil Balaji, the electricity minister, while lashing out at Annamalai for stating that he's trying to use political mileage out of this entire incident, he also went on to state that the police department had captured 5 people, suspects, immediately after this incident took place within 24 to 48 hours. So these are the appreciations that the state government is trying to give the police department. Meanwhile, NIA probe has also begun in this incident.
Right, Akshaya.
Nabila.
Thank you very much. Let's hope they get to the bottom of this case. Now, just days after a blast in Coimbatore, war of words has erupted between the ruling DMK and the BJP. While the state BJP chief, K. Annamalai, has termed this a suicide attack, the state minister Senthil Balaji has lashed out, accusing the neta of politicizing this car bomb explosion. Here's a look.
Cylinder blast in a car, an ISIS link, and a political slugfest. Days after a blast in Coimbatore, war of words has erupted between the ruling DMK and the BJP. While the state BJP chief, K. Annamalai, has been terming it a suicide attack, State Minister Senthil Balaji has lashed out at him, accusing the neta of politicizing the car bomb explosion.
Police was saying that it is a cylinder blast. Then we went one step further. We said it is a suicide attack. Tamil Nadu police is a globally renowned police force, on par with Scotland Yard. But the way the CM, way the DGP sir was speaking, the way others were speaking, it was like a childish school kids talking in front of a press. As the
BJP called for a dawn to dusk bandh on October 31st, Senthil Balaji warned the Saffron Party of severe action. In a sensational allegation, Annamalai alleged that the Stalin government got intelligence alert about the bombing on October 18. He questioned the DMK as to why the probe against deceased Mubin was stopped when it came to power. He slammed the DMK for alleged minority appeasement politics.
We have great officers, ma'am. My only worry is you are tying their hands. You are not allowing the officers to speak. And you want to tone it down, calling that as a cylinder blast. That is where we are angry, madam. If it has happened, you at least inform the public so that people take adequate precautions.
The National Investigation Agency on Thursday took over the investigation in the Coimbatore car blast case by registering an FIR. With the recovery of 75 kg of explosives from deceased suspect Mubin's house, have the police busted an ISIS module in Coimbatore? With Pramod Madhav in Chennai, Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, shifting our focus to Karnataka. After madrasas in Karnataka, now the BJP government turns its focus on Arabic schools in the state. Ahead of the survey in the Arabic schools, Karnataka Education Minister B.C. Nagesh has stated that around 200 Arabic schools are registered under the Karnataka Education Board and had received complaints over poor education in these schools. The Education Minister has also added that he has asked Assistant Commissioner to take a look into this matter. Karnataka government had issued a circular for the survey of all Arabic schools in the state which function under the jurisdiction of the State Education Department. There are around 203 aided and unaided Arabic schools and pre-university colleges in the state, which all will be surveyed. And this comes 6 months ahead of elections in Karnataka.
We decided to have a survey of Arabic schools, and we have come to know that they are not running the schools according to the education, whatever the prescribed by the education department. So after getting the reports, we will take action so that those students should also be prepared for competing with other students.
A huge shocker coming in from Rajasthan as we hear that girls have been auctioned off to repay loans. Girls in Bhilwara sold for prostitution. National Women's Commission takes cognizance. The NCW, NCPCR and the State Women's Commission cracked down. In fact, child rights body now to visit